Earlier, you pleaded guilty to the third-degree felony of deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, and a pre-sentence report has been prepared and the parties had an opportunity to review it. Any corrections or changes to it?
No, sir.
It's made a part of the record for all purposes. And this agreement was whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 5 years in prison. It's a third-degree felony. We're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 5 years confinement in prison. Also, deferred or unadjudicated probation can also be in the ballpark as a potential disposition, and regular probation I don't believe is available, is it?
No.
Not when you discharge a firearm, right? Okay, go ahead. Defense can go
Well,
first.
Judge, he is asking for adjudication. This young man is 18 years of age. He has no adult history. He does have significant juvenile history.
Why is that?
As reported in the in the PSI. You know, when you're young, you do pretty stupid things.
I was young.
Most of these,
I remember that, but I was never arrested.
most of these arrests as a juvenile were dismissals, if the court will look at that. But again, back to the case.
How many were not?
I can count them if
2.
you like.
Looks like
2, I believe.
although
Maybe 3.
maybe 3.
Yes, sir.
And those were illegal possession of controlled substance. Then he's put on 6 months deferred on July of 2020, and less than 4 months later, he's charged with he commits unauthorized use of a motor vehicle while he was on deferred probation, and then placed delinquent court probation. And then another unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on October 2022. He's sentenced to 1 year adjudicated probation for that. That's what I'm looking at.
Yes.
So 3 separate events. He didn't learn his lesson. So we have, is there still a pending failure to identify as a fugitive?
It's what the PSI shows, Judge. I'm not certain on that.
I think that may have been the arrest on this case. Not to arrest him on this charge. Looks like it's a couple of weeks after this event. No, I'm sorry. I'm a year off. Sorry. Still may have been then.
I don't have the benefit of my computer to confirm that, Judge.
Regardless, the misdemeanor is still pending.
Okay, anything else in the pre-sentence report? That is an issue.
No.
Okay,
I just need to.
Then the pre-sentence report is made a part of the record for all purposes. Go ahead.
Well, the offenses that you just discussed as a juvenile, I'd point out he was like 13 years of age on those first 2, and then the last one was a couple of years later. So he was awfully young then. And to his credit, I mean, he did obviously successfully complete the probation even as a juvenile. But back to the case in point, I've discussed with him, and he recognizes it's extremely dangerous to have a firearm, and especially be shooting it from any direction at anybody. He regrets that this happened. He wished that it hadn't. He feels like he's learned his lesson. That he's been in jail now for a while. He certainly feels like he could successfully complete adult probation because he did it as a juvenile. He's only got an 8th grade education. He'd like to be placed on deferred, get him a job, and participate in completing the GED, and maybe make something a whole lot better of his life. And that's what we're asking the court to do, is give him deferred education, give him an opportunity.
All right, State, what would you like to add?
I'd like to start first with some comments about his juvenile history. There are 5 cases that the juvenile system dealt with. One he was given probation for, Your Honor noted, was possession of controlled substance. That was dismissed in 22. He was given another for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and what was added to that probation was 2 additional charges. That's what the phrase "add to analysis." They were added to his probation. That would be the unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and carrying weapons. One of those, he was given a year of probation, and that started on 11/3/22. He turned 17 in October of 23, and you'll note, Your Honor, that his probation was dismissed on January 8th of 2024. That is the same time frame in which an aggravated assault, a probation violation, and expulsion were all dismissed. So the way I read that is that they determined that they were done with him because he had become an adult. And unfortunately, this man decided that committing the offense of deadly conduct would be a really good thing to do. So when you read the police court version, we learned that he not only shot at his ex-girlfriend on April 26th, but he returned to do it again on April 27th, which resulted in his use of an AK-47, where 5 shots were laid down at an apartment complex there at, I believe it's the Parkway Apartments, striking 3 different apartment buildings, resulting in us only filing 1 case. We could have had 2 cases from 2 different dates. We could have had potentially 3 cases from the date of April 27th. And I know Your Honor is astute enough to know that the level of violence here does warrant what the state offered in this regard. We're just lucky we're not dealing with murders. I appreciate that they're asking for deferred adjudication, but I don't think it takes into account the level of violence and the amount of loss